When Rockstar developing like a police chase game?
I was looking at that. I was trying to remember because I saw something like that. It was supposed to be like you playing as the cops and you gotta hunt down criminals. And then when they were like testing it, they were like, people are just enjoying killing and catching on their own nonsense. And they were like, why don't we just make you the bad guy?
So there you go. It's so much more fun to be the criminal than the good guy.
It's so much easier.
But what I also loved about GTA is that they justified the criminal.
Yeah.
Is that you weren't a villain. You were doing it for a life. You were doing it for a lifestyle. Yes. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just going to mow over people for the sake of badness. They were like, no, you're doing like you're going to better other people. Also, the character in all of them did good guy things also.
Yeah.
Like he always saved someone. He always like look after someone while he was killing many other people.
All those
numbers. Yeah, the numbers aren't justified, but the man's heart was in the right place.
Yeah, like I almost feel we'll probably get to this when we talk about those games later on in the episode. But like, yeah, all of them are like, it's almost like a hesitant criminal in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe less like Claude in the first one because he literally escapes from prison right in the beginning and then he gets thrust into
crime
Liberty City. But the rest of them, Tommy, CJ, Nico.
They're kind of forced. But they're a little bit forced.
And there's moments in the story where they go against the full bad guy and they go, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do this for myself. And they change the thing.
There's always like that villain who's like so much worse that you go like, what I'm doing is not so bad. You know what I mean? Like, look at this guy. Look at him. He's
delivering drugs, but killing the bad guys also.
What was the cop's name in San Andreas? I can't get to his name now.
Tenpenny.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was such a
Samuel L. Jackson.
Was it Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a cop and he's just like corrupt as fuck. And you're just like, nah, bro, what I'm doing, this is mild crime. Like, look at this guy.
Yeah. I would say the only, and I think Rockstar even like said, so the only protagonist that you play as who's like a proper criminal dickhead psycho is Trevor in GTA 5.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And I feel like I read somewhere that Rockstar said like they amped him up for that very purpose to almost make you hate him. Even when you play as him, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas like Michael and Franklin are like also those hesitant like to get back into it, like they
kind of have to do what they have to do.
Exactly. But also they can give you like a full villain because they've given you two other options of better guys as well.
But anyway.
So here's the thing I'm gonna ask you. I don't know like if you're gonna be able to answer this or like if you do even have like a favorite. Who is like your favorite GTA protagonist? Because I'm gonna have to say like CJ from San Andreas.
Oh
like,
shit, here we go again.
He's just like the most charismatic. He's fun to play as. Like there's something, he's very like relatable. He's just kind of there. He doesn't want to be in the mix. He just wants to live his life. But it's like we were saying earlier, he's hesitant.
They wrote the games like movies. That's the other thing where you were like you weren't the character in the movie, you were the person in the movie. Like I'm just trying to do the guys, I just want to get done.
Like he wants to get out. He just wants to like live his life, be chilled, and everybody else is like, let's go do the bad shit. And he's like, fuck.
My favorite might be, who's the guy from 3?
Claude,
the silent
guy. Simply because they must have been the movie. He was basically like, I don't think you guys understand how difficult it is to go. They gave us emotion. They gave us he was a character, a vulnerable person in the thing. He fucked up. He also got it right without words. We don't know what he sounded like, and they gave us everything about him. That is skill levels from like the makers. So that's why I go, he's my guy.
He's your fighter.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with CJ as well.
CJ is
I think it's also just because of the memories I have with San Andreas, and like that's the game I think out of all the GTAs that I've spent the most time with.
Same.
All of them, up to and including.
And then I also liked who's from 4?
Nico.
The Russian guy.
Yeah.
Nico.
Because he was also a mess. That's why I liked him. Because he was not a good, like a completely good person. Like
No, he was like probably one of the worst.
Yeah. But he also was funny, just like hated everything. He was just
he was cynical.
Super cynic. Like he was grey in skin tone, but also grey as a person.
He was just like, damn it, now I must go fight. Like I didn't come here to be a criminal and be in a gang.
Be the actual criminal, like make the actual choices. Because now I watch my nephew play. Then I'm just like, yo, they literally make you live the life of the criminal. Like you must earn the money via crime.
Your own empire.
You also build relationships with people online, like strangers, and you must go do stuff with them, and you must be a team player, or else all of you are screwed. Or so. It's like
that is very well
that's
said.
so good. Like, and this leads to like one of my favorite things in GTA 5, and that's like, you can switch obviously between 3 characters, which that alone was like so different from like anything I'd experienced in an open world game.
On a PS3.
On a PS3.
Yeah.
But
That's
switching to Trevor was always a randomizer, because like you'd switch to him, then he's drunk in the middle of nowhere. Always on a mountain naked with nothing, like all of his weapons are gone. And you're just like, what is this brat doing? Like, he's always in some chaotic environment. So when you switch to him, you're always like, please God, let him be like doing something relatively normal. Because I can't start like having to fight bears or like whatever that is.
in the daisies.
It was mental. Like, Trevor's like one of my favorite characters just because of how obnoxious he is. He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
some things you never know.
Do you know what's crazy? And I never realized this at the time, but there's a mission very early in when Trevor's introduced. I think it might have been like the first or the second mission when you play as him in GTA 5. He goes and like kills a biker gang. Like he obliterates it. But it's the Lost and the Damned from the GTA 4 Lost and the Damned.
Yeah.
So you play as these guys as your protagonists in GTA 4 or in one of the GTA 4 expansions. Then GTA 5 comes along. Trevor just wipes them out in one mission.